Hello guys, you're welcome back to class. Once again, my name is Koyesiji. You are just joining us on this channel. Welcome to this channel. So we are going to continue from where we stopped in our previous class. So in our previous class, we learned about table design. What do we not mean by relationships in tables? And I explained that what we have two basic keys in tables. From the explanation, we get to know that what we have multiple keys. We have what to know as what as primary key, foreign key, composite key, super keys. I told you that we have a lot of tables. But our main focus is just on what primary key and what and foreign key. And I explain what we mean by foreign key and what we mean by what primary key. So in today's class, we are going to be talking basically on what on the table structure. We are going to be creating the relationship. We are going to be linking two different tables together, and we are going to see how it actually works. Hope that is clear. How it works, we are going to be seeing that in today's class. Also, in today's class, we are going to be doing some editing toward our table structure. Now, so I don't know, you might have been hearing the word back-end fronted, back-end fronted, back-end fronted before. So never mostly we use the word back-end fronted when whenever we have something that deals with database, we always be hearing the word back-end front-end. What do I mean? Okay, for example now, if you're using the website, you say okay, we say we have what front-end web designer and back-end. You get me? So front-end is the one we the user are going to be seeing. But the back end is what is going to be determined what you are going to be seeing. Like the back end is what is controlling the front end. The back end is where all your data is what is being stored. So it's only the what? It's only the administrators, the engineers that are in charge of that back end that can what? That have access to it. Why? Because any single mistake on that back end can affect everything, both the front end and the back end, and it might not be very easy to what to correct the error. So the back end is always what is always we are always very strict to the back end. I hope you get me. Now, so without wasting much of our time, let's get started. Now, that last class I explained that what we mean by what relationships was, right? And I told you we are going to be creating a relationship. So I'm going to explain before we go. Now, first we need to know is that what is that whenever this what we have two types of views. If you can remember, we have two types of views. We have I told you that what we have the datasheet view and the design view. Although we are still going to be adding another view when we get what SQL. But for now, we have just two types of view, the datasheet view and the design view. Now, the datasheet view is like our front end. Hope you're getting me, is like what our front end. While the design view is our back end. So that means we can do a lot of things, a lot of what, a lot of we can alter a lot of things on this what on this table you are seeing from what from our back end. And same thing is applicable to this also. You can do a lot of things from it. I hope you are getting me. So now, so how do we do that? Now, first thing I want you to know is that what before we say we move towards our data sheet view, you see, we can access our design view, our data sheet view in multiple ways. Actually, when we start working, we are going to be what, switching a lot from your design view and your data sheet view. You switch a lot of times you are going to be switching. A lot of times you are going to be switching. Hope that is clear. We're going to be switching a lot of time. So that is why Microsoft Access, the designer of Microsoft Access, Microsoft employees, they actually try to make this to be very, very easy for us. In what way? You see, you can access a design view and a datasheet view from multiple places in what in this Microsoft Access. From multiple places. Now, one of it is from this place. You can see datasheet view. If I want to go to my design view, I will come here. You can see it. If I want to come back to my datasheet view, I can come here. That is one. Another thing is that from any of this your table, you can also come here and click. You can see if you want to go to your design view. Just right click on any of your table, you're going to see it. Now, if you come here also, right click, you're going to see design view, datasheet view. Hope you are getting me. Then this one, in fact, this one is for what? It's for every table you have. If I come here and I click on this one also, you see, I see what design view. Hope you are getting me. Then the last one is what? If you come to what to this right this to this bottom right part, you can see the data sheet view design view. So you can switch from what from different places. You can see like 4 places now. So that is the one thing I want us to know. Now let's go to our design view and see what we can do from there. Now let's just come here. Look and see this is my design view. This is what I have two tables. This is my customer phone numbers table and this is my what customers table. You get me? Let me come to my design view for this one also. You can see it's we are on our design view now. And as we already know that in Microsoft Excel, that whenever we are using table, this table design will pop up. That is just normal. Immediately I move this to, you can see it. Once I move this to this table design, see it has gone. So that is what the way we've done it in my Microsoft Excel. That is where it is what in here. That is where we have it on Microsoft Access. So immediately we started using our tables. These table fields and these table tabs are going to what appear. Hope you are getting me. So let us move to our design view for this. Let us open our customers also and move to our design view also. Now you see from this our design view, it help us to know what which one is our primary key. Now you can see it. This how you are saying is telling that this is a primary key. This one also is telling you this is a primary key. You can see it. That is the first thing I want us to know. Do you get me? And also in this one, you can see what different data types. We can switch from what our data type. I believe you talked about some of this before. Now, but I want to call our attention to some things. Yes, I want to call our attention to some things. Now, first thing is that what we can decide to switch from what. Okay, no, let me come here first. Let me quickly explain what I have here first. Then I will now explain some other things I want to explain. From this short text to long text, I want to explain something under it. I hope you get me. I want to explain something under it. So before I go there, let me quickly tell you something. You see this description. What is it used for? This is description. You can see it is optional. I told you it is backend, right? Now, whenever you are working with a company, anything can happen any day, anytime. The database engineer can decide that okay, or the database administrator can decide that oga, I want to resign. I don't want to work with this company again. What happened? What happened? I'm traveling. What happened? What happened? I just don't want to feel safe. Some might have even gotten under job. So that is why it's always advisable for your database administrator, for your database engineer to be putting what the description of what each of these column, each of these fields are for. So that whenever we have a new designer, a new database administrator, or a new database engineer, anybody that's taking up this role now will easily understand. Okay, this customer city, this cities where the customer stays. For this now, it's not going to be the customer is not going to see what we type here. I hope you get because we are already at the back end now. The customer are not going to see what anything we type here at all at all. I hope you are getting me. So now this registration date can say the day the customer was registered. Can you see it? We've done that. I hope you are getting me. Then this one last name. You can say what? Surname of the customer. You know, let's assume I'm employing a new database. Once see surname of okay, this is the surname of the customer, this is the surname of the customer. Okay, this is saying that the place the customer, the city where the customer stays. Customer address, you can say what? This include the house number and streets of the customer. You can see it now. Streets of the customer. You can see it. So if anyone should get hold of this database now, they will understand okay, this is what this one is for. You get me? Now look at this auto number. This auto number I've explained in our last sorry that it's going to be increasing itself by itself. It's going to be increasing by itself. Exactly. And another thing I want us to know is that what whenever we are working with from our database, from our backend. For every changes we made, we must save it. We must save it. Hope you're getting me. But that means we are altering what our the structure of our database. Okay, let me say I want to come to my data sheet view now. You see that what? You see, it's asking me, do you want to save the table now? It's going to ask me to save it first. Why? Because the reason why it's asking me to save it is because we already alter what our backend, the structure of our table. So I have to save it first. I hope you're getting. You can see. You cannot even see it here. And also, I can say, okay, I want to add a new column to it. I can just say, okay, I want to add a new column here. I can, okay, let me insert it here. Insert all. You can see it. I can just say, okay, so I want to add customers complaint. Customers. Let me just say customer complaint. So now here I can come here and I can say what I want to put in short text. I can say, okay, this is the complaint made by customer. Now we have it as short text. Short text means it's going to accept just 225 characters. I can decide, okay, I want to change to long text. And even every other ones here, I can decide to change anything. Let me just say, okay, this complaint, it is possible that what it might be what longer than that. But this short text is just going to accept 255 characters if I'm not making mistakes. So I can just come and say what long text. Now let me quickly tell you something on this changing of text. Now you see, when you are changing from long text, from let me say from one data type to another data type, there is no issue there. But if you change from the longer one to the shorter one, it might be giving your database issue. It might be truncating your database. So it's always advisable that what you should go from from the short to the long, from the smaller to the what bigger one, compared to going from the bigger one to the smaller one. Just like if you choose any of our this one now, okay, let me assume we are using decimal first. We are using decimal before. Now, let me assume you are using decimal. So if you want change to a whole number now, that you have to truncate. That means it's as if you are truncating the decimal point, the decimal places you are having there, in which it might be what giving you what issue. Now look at where I have my customer. Where is customer complaint? I can say, okay, or let me just say complaint note. Let me just call it complaint note. Complaint notes. Yes, let me just complaint notes. Like I said, okay, now let me save it and let us check how our table looks. Let's go with data sheet view. You can see this way we have what our customer what complaint notes. So like I said, I want to change it. I want you to be the last column here. It's also possible. So let me come back to my design view. Then we take from here to this place. You can see I've changed it. So it is now here now. Now, so without much talk, let me quickly explain what this now let's just quickly go to the relationship before we now come back to these field properties. I want to explain something on these field properties also. In fact, these field properties might take some days. It might take what maybe 2 or 3 videos. We are going to be explaining what some part of it now. Okay, now before we go there, let us just come back here. Now we want to create relationship. We want to what? Create relationship. Now how do you do that? Now come to this create tab and from there, you want to create our relationship. Sorry, from database tools, sorry. Then from there, you can say we want to create relationship. So let's just go back to our datasheet view first. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So. Now, then let's come to relationships. So now, from these are already in our relationship. How do we now? This like what? This like tie. You get me? So in Power BI, this is something like okay. Don't let me go there. Let me go there. So now, First, we are going to be seeing our tables here. The tables we have, we are going to be seeing them here. So you can see it from tables, you can see all. You get me? So these are the tables we are going to be seeing from here. So now, this is where we are going to be creating our relationship. So how are we going to do that? How do we add our table here? It's what we can add it in multiple ways. And set what you bring it from here like this. You can see. And set to bring it from here like this. You can see it. I can say, okay, I want to use, okay, let me say, no, I want to move it from here back. I want to move it. I want to move it. You can say the method I want to use is to select these two and come to add selected table like this. So anyone you want, you can use it. Now you can see it. I'm having what this one. This way it is. Can you see it? I cannot. Hey, no. Go back. I cannot. You can see. I have to be scrolling up and scrolling up. So if I want to save myself from this stress, I can just come to this place, double tap. No, you can see it. Let me go back. You can see it now. So just come to this edge like this, double tap. Okay, so it's going to widen what your table. Now, so this is where you are going to be creating our relationship. I'm going to be explaining a few things about our relationship. Now, look at this customer phone table. Recall I told you that what we are going to be having what you know as primary key and foreign key. Each table is going to be having its own its own primary key. If you do not forget. Now, so our table can go to what that particular another table to go and what to go and be working acting as our foreign key. So that's what it's happening. You can see this is my customer this ID is my what customer ID. Eh? In fact, let me come here and change it. Let me come back here and change it. Okay, don't worry, we'll do it after when we are done. See this ID is our customer ID. Do you get me? Because customers, it's because they don't want to repeat the name, that's why they just put the ID. So it's actually our customer ID. So this is our phone number. So this phone number also, the ID is what the phone ID. But our customer ID is existing in this particular table. So that means you can actually create a relationship. How do you create the relationship? Just carry this like this and what? Put it on top of this pin. Can you see it? Now it's bringing you this option. Do you get me? So then how are we going to do it? Now there is something I want you to know. There is something I want you to know. There's actually a possibility that what you drag from this place to create the relationship, if it's actually not correct, you can come this is an option for you to say, okay, yes, okay, that is not what I want to use. This is what I want to use as my primary key, connect to this customer ID. Hope you are getting me. So let me assume okay, let me come in. Let me assume it is this customer zip I go and put on this one now. Although this arrangement also matter, and I will tell you why it matters. I will tell you why it matters. Now, so let me assume this customer ID I go and put on my ID now. What does it mean? It means that I'm saying my ID should go and be matching what my customer ID should go and be matching this particular another table customer city, which is not going to work because customer city is not my primary key. So it must always be my primary key in my primary table and that same primary key in another table. So that's why it must be ID and ID. And please don't go and make mistake and think it's phone ID. No, phone ID is the primary key for this customer phone number. That is not what you are going to do. It is this same ID that is representing the table, its own table in another table that we are going to be connecting together. And that's why we are going to be using customer ID as our primary key. So it should be customer ID, not the phone ID. Hope you are getting me. Now, look at this relationship type. What do you mean by this relationship type? This relationship type means one to many. What do you mean by one to many? It means on this our customer table, we are going to be having just one entry for one information. So that means if my name is on this customer table, it's going to appear just once. But my name can appear in multiple times here. Why? Because it's important for me to have multiple phone number. You can say, okay, like now I have three phone numbers. Do you get me? So having these three phone numbers, that means I can my name can appear multiple times here. But in this my customer table, it's just what once it can appear. Hope you are getting me. I hope you are getting me. So that is what it means. So that means one to many. Although once we started working on a large database, you are going to understand me better. I hope you get me clearly. So that means one, that means my customer ID will only appear one time here, but it's possible for it to appear in multiple times here. I hope you are getting me. And this also you cannot change your table also. This is what this one. But it's because I only have just two tables. That is why you see that what this one it is what it is not what it is not giving me the option to select. I hope you are getting me. So don't type. So only include where the joint feed from both are equal. Now look at this. Include all record from customer and only if now look at let me explain this. Only include rows where the joint fields from both tables are equal. This one is like what you know as what as what do you call it? Inner join. That means going to include just what they have in common. Include all record from customer and only those record from customer phone number. So now like this one is like what left join. Left join. I hope you understand. What does it mean? What this one mean? This first one means that what? Only include rows where the join fit from both tables are equal. That means if let me assume I have customer ID 5 here and on my customer phone number I do not have customer ID 5. That customer ID 5 is not going to what? My table is not going to populate it. Why? Because it does not appear in the two tables. Hope you're getting me. Now include all record from customer and only in those record. So that means in this my customer table now, my left table, I have a particular customer. Please listen here. I have a particular customer that what that the name appears here, but this one did not appear. So it means that what all the ID I'm having here, all the information I'm having on my customer table, return everything. So now for those ones that might not have their information here, they will just be what? They will just be null, they will be empty. And this for my customer table. Anyone that did not have a reference in my customer table, don't include it. So let me assume I have a phone ID for a customer 1009 and and my customer ID 1000. So you see from 1001, 1002, 1003, in as much as they are not on my customer table, they will not be populated while my table is being joined. Include all record from customer phone and only those record from customers. You see, that means this one is not known as right join. That means include all record from this one and where this one is matching it. Once you get to high school, you understand me better. Once you get to school, you understand me better. But I hope this is clear to some extent. Include all record from customer. You see, every record I'm having here, and only those record from customer where the joint fields are equal. That means only customer whereby what where the joint feed out are equal. So let's assume I have a customer ID 009 here and my customer phone number I do not have customer ID 009. Because I'm using right join, the 009 is not going to be populated. I hope you get me clearly. So let me just say okay and what let us move. So we just say create. So it's going to create the relationship. Have you seen it? It has created the relationship and then what next we just say what. So we are done. That means we can actually get our information from what we can get our information now. Hope you are getting me. So, but once you get to SQL, we are going to be making use of it mostly. Do you get me? So let me quickly come back to come to this mask. I want to explain something on this mask now before time go. So let me use this phone number as an example now. This is my phone number. So come to my design view. Phone number. Yes, I want to use this input mask. Let me start from this one. So this input mask, what does it? What is it? Its usages is used to just it serves as a, what, like a placeholder one, and it is a kind of what a directory for anybody that want to fill. So let me come here, and we also use it to make our data to be in the same format. You get me now? Let me come here, click on this. So now you can see we have for what for different column, different data type. You can see it now. So but when I want to use this phone number, let me focus on phone number. What does it mean? Now look at this now. Look at this. Now look at something I'm having here. I'm having this as what. This one is telling me is a placeholder for what? For my integer. This one is like what a separator. This hyphen is the separator. The first three, this one is telling that the first three figures should be what? Should be in this bracket, and this space is separating it. You get me now? Let me go to my next. Now look at this one now. Look at it. So that means this is where my data is going to be entered. And I can say I want to put what. Now look at this placeholder. This placeholder is just for what? Look what I'm having here. You can see my underscore here. You can see this underscore there, my placeholder. So this placeholder is telling me that what if I don't want to use underscore, I can use something else. So let me say I want to use. So you can see it. You can see it. You can see it is at I want to use. You can see it. So it's just like whenever after we finish typing our data, it's going to help us. So let me just put my hyphen back. Where's my hyphen? So this. So what it just means that what is the what it just means is this it's as simple as this. It's just that whenever a data is set is entered, so just put it in this format so that my format is going to be the same. Reason being is that what some customer might go and type what in different some customer might come type in different ways that is different. So it will make our phone number not to be aligned, which is going to be an issue for you if you want to what do your work. Now look at it, it's saying without the symbol in the mask. So how do you want to store the data? So let me assume a customer has entered the data without the symbol in the mask. So that means don't add the symbol. But this one with the symbol. So but I would prefer this with the symbol. Let me come here and see what's next. Finish. Now let me now come to my table. Let me come to my table. Yes, save. Save before you always try to save. So let me say I want to retype this now. Say 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. You can see it now. See that automatically it's going to what put like this for me. So it will help me to what, to add what to put this mark. So it will be so that for every customer that is adding their data, their table, we are going to have what in the same what format. So it will be easy for you to whenever you want to work on it. I hope this is clear to every one of us. So we come back to class in our next video where we are going to be talking about some of what other properties. So bye for now. Thanks for watching. Bye. Once again, please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, and share it also. Thanks for watching. Bye.